So I've been away to Spain for a couple of weeks and autumn has pretty much happened now. So most of the trees have lost most of their leaves. There's a few oak trees hanging on. Eva, this way. Hey, come on. Let's just see if there's anything that we can forage at this time of year. It's mid-November. Although it's still a lovely warm day and I am in short sleeves. Eva. Come on. Come on. Bye then. Bye-bye. So this is the area where I picked goosefoot several times earlier in the year. And of course it's all now completely gone to seed and dried out. So this is the remnants of a goosefoot plant here. And I do wonder how much that seed is similar to quinoa. Another time perhaps we will experiment with eating goosefoot seed. But anyway, I think there are one or two things around here that we can forage. These mustard plants, there's yellow and white flowered mustards which grew up in all this disturbed soil here. I'm pretty sure we can eat the seed pods from these. So let's have a look. So here's a yellow one and it has these seed pods which have got little swollen bumps in them. Let's have a look at that. There we go. And that should be edible. Let's have a taste. That's quite tasty. It's got a flavour a bit like radish or rocket. It's crunchy, juicy, actually quite delicious. I could imagine eating those dressed with a little bit of vinaigrette in a salad. I think they've got to be picked before they're too ripe. This one here I think we're going to find is too ripe. Let's have a taste of that. Yeah, see that's started to go tough and stringy. So you have to pick these kind of youngish. Let's have a look at the white flowered ones now. So we've got white flowered mustards here as well. And again, the seed pods are very similar. But let's see if they taste any different. So let's have a little taste of that one. So the white flowered ones seem to be significantly sweeter, a little bit more nutty. And the yellow flowered ones are peppery and crunchy. Both of those are eminently edible if they're picked while they're nice and young and crispy like that. And I imagine those are packed full of vitamin C and probably a bunch of other good things as well. So there we go, mustard seed pods, something we can still forage in mid-November. Okay, this plant here is a plant that I purchased at an unusual plants fair at Gilbert White's house last year, and I believe this is called Chilean Guava. Now it's a relative of myrtle and it supposedly has these little berries that are edible. Now this was fruiting when I went away to Spain and I was waiting and waiting and waiting for the fruit to ripen, and I've come back from Spain and they've all fallen off. However, they have fallen inside the pot here, so I have a feeling these are still going to be okay to eat. So I'm going to gather up these fruits, we'll take them indoors and we'll do a little taste test and review of the Chilean Guava. Okay, so the entirety of my Chilean Guava harvest this year is 6 berries, of which one has already been a little bit munched. Hopefully that means it's delicious. So I'm just going to wash these, or at least the 5 that are edible. I'm going to wash these and then we'll take a look at what they look like inside and we'll have a little taste. Okay, so 5 berries might seem like a bit of a disappointing harvest, but for me this was more about satisfying my curiosity than it was about getting any significant amount of anything. And as long as I get to taste this, I think I'm still going to be happy. So let's cut one of these in half and see what they look like inside. So they look kind of like a little apple inside. They aren't related to apples in any way. They are, I believe, myrtle family. Let's have a sniff of that little fruit. It's got a smell that's, yeah, very tropical. Like melon, or a little bit like, trying to find the comparison here. Yeah, the smell is very similar to tropical fruit, possibly similar to guava. Let's have a taste. I'm going to cut the calyx off of that one there. Let's have a tiny taste of this little piece here. So the texture is like soft apple. There are tiny hard seeds in there. The flavour is intensely sweet and aromatic, and yeah, it's like a tutti frutti sort of flavour. That is really delicious. It's like a tutti frutti sort of mixed tropical fruit flavour, but at the same time it also has a tiny little bit of kind of aromatic, resinous spiciness to it. A bit like the scent of rosemary or pine needles. So, yeah, those are really, really good. And I could imagine that a jam or preserve made out of these, if you had a few more of them, would be very delicious. And I bet these would be really good if they were steeped in vodka or gin or something like that to flavour it. I bet that would make a really, really interesting and tasty drink. So there we go, that is the Chilean Guava. My tiny, tiny harvest of Chilean Guavas this year. Hopefully that plant will get bigger and we'll have a decent harvest of those next year and we can do something actually interesting with them. Really, really good. So there we go, that is the Chilean Guava. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you again soon.